I realized that I was in on over my head because yeah, so this is dangerous stuff. So hello good people, welcome back to Keep Left. We're picking up things from where we left off on the BMW E30 series. I know it is confusing because we are looking at a Mark II and I'm talking about our E30 series. So if you haven't watched the first two episodes, make sure you watch. I'll make sure there's a link to both episodes so that you can watch and get up to grabs into what we are doing currently. So from where we left off things, we had tried to start the engine and nothing happened. So I've enlisted the help of a few guys to help me do this. So I'm sure there's a notable difference. We don't have tires now. So I'll tell you about that, about the tires, but we managed to jack up the car so that when we get to start it, we can actually be safe. I don't want accidents in a build series and then we start doing other things. So it's very clear for us what we want to do is just to get it started for this episode. So if you follow me, pretty much what has been done is, remember from the first episode, we had a challenge of the engine was tilted to one side. So what we have now is we have been able to jack it up from the sump. I know it's dangerous, but high risk, high reward. But we've been able to jack it up to just stand up. What the guys are trying to do right now is to get the engine to sit on the mounts. Something else we've noticed is what was happening last time when I was cranking it up and we could hear a click sound is the cable going to the starter solenoid was actually hanging on for its life. So it has split and this is what we've been left with from that split. But we are just trying to attach it temporarily, because remember what I need from this is we just need it to crank. If it cranks, we can remove it and then we can go forward and mount it to the E30. Up to that, we managed to get to remove the radiator mount and we realized this car had another accident before this one. So I hope everything is okay. You can tell the radiator is done for, so I'll need another radiator and equally the condenser, but I won't be needing a condenser in the E30 because that doesn't have any AC running and I'm not planning to do any ACs. So from there we are hoping to get proper fire, lightning, thunder from this Beam's engine. So talking about tires, I managed to get someone to buy the tires. Notably, I didn't get such a good price, but the reason for that is I didn't notice that the front left tire was done for it. It had proper cracks. I'll try and put a picture of the same on this video, but I was able to get someone to pick the 3 at 12,000. So that's what I'm using to pump into this guy is helping out to do this. I'll equally be just stripping this car of most of the things to sell. That's what is funding this the BMW E30 project. That was the whole idea for this car. So at least I can see I can have the brake pads and all that, the discs, the springs will probably fetch a good penny so that we are able to proceed with the project. So basically what we're trying to do is we are using this steel bar. I think it's aluminum or steel bar to wedge the engine to this side so that we can be able to reach the cable that goes to the starter solenoid. Once that is done, I'll try and start it. By the way, this is the first time we're trying to start this. It can go either way. Imefika? Sawa. So this is it.
Nifinyo tu mkono.
Push tena tu. Jose, imefika? So once we connect the power cables, jumper cables, uko sawa hapo? So I'm going to try and start it. Remember, what I just hope for this engine is just to have compression, and we can deal with that for now. So here goes nothing. Tena? Aya. Umekuchoma? Umesikia lightning? Pole, sorry. So, granted, that was a win. Granted, that was a win because at least it cranks. It seems someone felt the full effect of 12 volts. But nilikuwa nimewaon, si ndio? Yeah. So this is dangerous stuff. So don't try this at home.
Yeah. Tabia try. Try. Ini kwenye stati. Kiasi. Tabia try. Yeah. Sawa. Iya.
So another sour note. So what we've realized is, and it was something I realized could happen because of the accident. So some of the things that I'm experiencing that are giving us a hard start or not being able to crank. Remember, this car, from what the conversation I had with the previous owner, I'm guessing it hadn't run for a while. So we have very many question marks. For starters, I'm not sure about the fuel, because remember, when you are cranking, I'm guessing we have compression from the engine, and spark, I'm sure we have spark. The only thing that we're not sure about is the air. So the fuel and the air. So if you come close, the air intake is properly damaged. So if you see where the throttle body sits, this is where the air filter is housed. So, and this is the throttle body. So if you see here, if you come close and see here, there's, because of the accident, there's this gap here. So I'm guessing we're getting unmetered air going in, and that could be a problem to getting us started. The other thing is the connector that goes to the starter solenoid is giving us headache from what you saw. So those are things that are making us not be able to start the engine. But on a brighter note, it is success for me, because what I wanted is, I didn't want to remove this engine from this chassis and put it on the BMW, and it's a non-runner. From what I've heard, I'm pretty sure it will start, and going by what the previous owner told me, the car was running when they got an accident, so I'm pretty much sure that this will run. If anything, we are planning on the next episode to remove it and the gearbox, so that we can go on the other side and mark it up, so that we know where to weld the engine mounts on the E30, and then we will be good. In the meantime, I'll be working to get some of the broken parts so that the engine can actually run. The intake, the other thing I've seen that is broken is, I'll get mounts, no problem about that. So mostly the intake, so that we can have proper sealing and we don't have any air seeping in through. Something else I need to mention before we conclude this episode is that I remember I need to apologize. In the first episode on the E30, where we were doing the paint work, I didn't mention how much I spent. So for that, I spent 40,000 shillings to have the paint job. I remember I mentioned this was 170,000. I was able to recoup some cash, as I mentioned. With the tires, I got 12,000 back. So I'll be updating you guys as far as we go. If I sell anything, I'll just put it up, and then we can try and recoup some money. Also, if you feel that there's something you need from this setup, be it doors, everything is for sale other than the engine and most of the electronics, but most things are for sale. Hit me up. I'll put my contacts on the description of the video. So if you need anything from this video, hit me up. I should be able to sell off most of the things. And with that, I'd like to thank you so much for watching this episode. If you haven't subscribed up to this point, please do so and support this channel. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.